when Jamison Bain made his NA3HL debut as a member of the Danbury Colonials before they were known as the Junior Hat-Tricks. He was a defenseman. Not the biggest of players is Jamison Bain, now at 5'11", 170 pounds, but he certainly hasn't lost his knack for being able to play on both sides of the ice. Delayed offsides against the Sea Captains as New Jersey looks to clear. Lamprick gave along for Wesley Jung. Jung able to bounce one into the Sea Captain zone as three players couldn't get a handle on it. D to D they go. Tim Hayden played it along further for Herrick. Now a bouncing puck. Cooper Wilson wants to touch it. He knows that would draw the whistle as Hayden gives near side Herrick. Quickly played out by DeBueris. Lance Spencer bangs one down deep. Grant Coy-Kendall the first one there. New Jersey's power forward behind the net. Had the puck knocked away from his possession as he's tied up with Hayden. Spencer able to pick it up. Spencer goes back to Elijah White. White celebrated a birthday yesterday. Didn't exactly celebrate the game, however, as Grant Coy-Kendall sends it down deep. Spencer the first one to it. Lance Spencer canceled out by Tim Hayden. Spencer's broken his stick on the play as Tim Hayden in the corner has to deal with the forecheck of Will Fliss. Coming in to help out Chase Levian. Nice keep by White at the blue line. He'll chip it back on down. Sam Adams sees this get sent all the way down the ice. Will it have enough for icing? Gershner back to touch up, and he gets the whistle. 17-14 to go in the first period. Fano played his high school hockey with the Notre Dame Green Knights in West Haven, Connecticut. There are two Notre Dames that are relevant in hockey in Connecticut. The other one, I believe, is out of the cage. Just over 4 minutes gone by in the first period. Off the stick of Cameron. New Jersey in the middle of a change, so Jason Cameron will provide the forecheck as Bain goes D to D to his former Danbury Colonials teammate in Tim Hayden. Near side, Gorman able to one-hand one into the net. Cameron now back in position, gains possession, but has it quickly knocked away by Connor Gilkison. Now sent around to the near side. Goodman sent down low. Gilkison the first one there. Sent all the way back up to the point. Sam Adams unable to hold it alive. So now Adams at his own blue line. Gershner quickly back the other way for Wilson. Puck flutters up into the air. Tim Hayden able to corral. Hayden, near side Blake Alexander. Alexander got the scoring started in yesterday's game. Takes a hit from Will Fliss. Has the puck in his skates, but Grant Coy-Kendall able to quickly take it away. So now Fliss along for Lance Spencer. Fliss able to alley-oop and keep that puck in play. Meanwhile, it goes back Norwich's way as Brian SM Hockey off the draw. Makarenko with the face-off win. Mazzola dispossessed of the puck as Sava Makarenko works it on out. Makarenko across the line, working towards the slot. A shot kicked aside by Patterson. Makarenko and White come together. Zach Gershner decides to join the fray along with Skylar Balcom. Eventually it's Makarenko popping out into the slot. A shot stopped by Patterson. Mazzola hard off the wall, back as far as the Norwich blue line before Hayden's able to pick it up. Timmy Hayden, his pass a little too far to be controlled by Sam Adams as check that, as Peyton Phobes drops on back. Gershner deflected on goal, kicked aside by Alfano. Now Hines wants to go back to the point. Gershner just sends it back down low. Mazzola wanted to pick up some help from Phobes. Still it bounces around. Adams unable to come up with it as Mazzola can't work his way around Adams. Sam Adams, the 04 birth year out of Longmont, Colorado. Either way, Elijah White sends it around far side for Mazzola. Mazzola couldn't get it over the blue line. So White begins from behind his own cage once more. Quickly smoked out by Brian Essing. He'll play near side for Phobes. Phobes off the stick of Mazzola, collected by Adams. Gershner sends it right back the Norwich way. As Tim Hayden able to work it up along. Harrison Ranger sends it down deep. Harrison Ranger, one of three Rangers who have played with the Norwich Sea Captains. Got to be one heck of a family if you have three sons who are all good enough to play junior hockey. Really is something. Hayden sent down low, all the way back up to the point. A shot by Adams, blocked by Gershner. Ethan Ranger led the Sea Captains in scoring in their first season. Currently playing as college hockey with the University of Delaware. Put up 38 points in 44 games. It was a tough first season for Norwich. At one point that season, they went 102 games between wins. They finally broke that streak right here in New Jersey with an overtime victory. Their brother Killian Ranger was on that team as well, 5 points in 22 games. Under 8 minutes to go in the first as this puck finds its way into the stands. Face off along the wall. That allows Trabb to have a cleaner shot, and then Gershner sends it right back the other way. Elijah White realizes he has a moment to skate with it, and he takes it into the Sea Captain zone himself. Nice little move. White eventually has it poked away. Gilkison there to pick it up. He gets double teamed by a pair of Titans as play continues. Delayed call coming up against New Jersey as Tim Hayden on the backhand. Kicked aside by Hayden. 6:15 to go in front. Elijah White, Zach Gershner manning the blue line. Carson Dutcher on the draw for the Sea Captains. Won by New Jersey. White fakes the shot. Now slides along for Hines. Into the high slot. A shot by Phobes. Kicked aside by Alfano. Looking to clear Dutcher, and he'll pitchfork one out of the zone. 6 to go in the first period. 15 seconds gone by on New Jersey's first power play of the afternoon. Dutcher keeping a close eye on Zach Gershner as eventually it's distributed out for White. White's pass goes off of a Norwich skate. Dutcher able to pick it up. His shot off the shaft of the stick of Gershner. Luckily for the equipment manager, it stays in one piece. Now Zane Mazzola able to poke along for Phobes. George Hines knocked away from him and cleared all the way down. New Jersey's power play not able to get anything going in the first 45 seconds. Elijah White behind Aiden Patterson. Leaves it along for Dante DeBueris as the second unit comes out, but a penalty called against New Jersey will cancel out the rest of their to the stick of a Norwich Sea Captain. Ends up sending the Alabaman to playing yesterday. These teams not that familiar with each other, as Essing I don't think recognized he was going up against a forward. Now here's Essing with a lane to the net. Suvorov, the defenseman, able to get a stick in the way of that. Wilson will send it all the way down. Icing will be called against the Titans. And there's the whistle as Sam Adams is back to touch up. 4:39 to go. That said, ever since the timeout called halfway through this period, the Sea Captains have done a better job of controlling the puck. Here's Tim Hayden, far side Adams. Sam Adams a shot, gloved down by Patterson. We do it all over again to Aiden Patterson's left with 4 out for the Titans. Essing remains on the draw for the Sea Captains. Left-handed shot tried winning it towards the slot as calling for it was Harrison Ranger. Now Essing again sent in front. He scores. Brian Essing along the goal line, off the goal stick of Aiden. Score a goal like that on Wednesday against the Long Beach Sharks. Basically from the same area. Not sure if there's something special about that track of ice, but either way, we are back to even on the scoreboard, and now the Norwich Sea Captains get onto their first power play of the afternoon. Norwich 21st overall in the league in power play conversion, converting on 16% of their man advantages. New Jersey, the 16th best penalty kill, killing off 81.9% of their penalties. Herrick sees this one get knocked out of the zone. Tim Hayden back to retrieve. He'll give along for Sam Adams. Too far to connect further with Chase Levian. Hayden, however, will glove that down. Back into the zone they come. 22 to go on the Sea Caps power play. Dutcher plays down low. Hayden. Big Tim Hayden along the goal line. Why not just throw it on goal? Patterson waiting for that one. George Hines able to get it around Herrick. He uses his body to shield the puck as he breaks into the zone, but one defenseman too many as Eric Massengill, who got the scoring started, breaks back the other way. Hayden sends the puck down deep. Massengill the first one there. Penalty has expired. We're back to even strength hockey with 3:10 to go in the period. A centering feed goes off the stick of Coy Kendall. Cleared on out. Hayden From the red line, White chips it right back into the Norwich zone. Jacob Gray settles it down, winds it around to the far side. Tim Hayden, the first one there. He'll one-hand one along for Gilkinson as far out as center. Then Gray is trying to flip it back the other way. Realizes he doesn't have a red jersey in front of him. White, Gershner, all the way down the ice. That should be icing against New Jersey. And there's the whistle. So $1:11 to go in the first period. 2 against captain Jacob Gray. Essing with the win back. Here's Hayden towards the goal, getting a stick on it, but directing it wide was was Blake Alexander. Elijah White up the wall. Jung can't connect with Gray. Coming off of the bench, Cooper Wilson. Alexander tries cutting towards the slot. Alexander doing it all himself. The puck trickles wide. Centering feed had to deal with a net in the way as this goes all the way back out to the Titans logo before Adams gave along for Essing. 40 to go in the period. George Hines takes control of a loose puck. Hines forced to the outside by Hayden, and coming back the other way is Sam Adams. Adams poked off his stick by Cameron. Cameron and Adams continue to paw each other as the puck comes up the wall. Alexander gave along for Essing. 21 to go in the period. Alexander winds it down deep. 15 left. Essing. Now Olshan. Centering feed. Defensed away by Hines. Peyton Phobes will pick it up with under 10 seconds to go. One-on-one with Hayden. A long-range shot goes wide. Phobes will try to get to the puck first. 3 seconds to go in the period. 2-1. Here's Mazzola at the buzzer. DeBueris the first one there. DeBueris, who started the season traveling with the North American Hockey League Titans for their first weekend up in Danbury. We'll see this puck go all the way on down behind the net. Travis centering feed. It's whacked out of the air by DeBueris. High stick called against New Jersey, and the faceoff will come all the way down into the Titan zone today. And New Hampshire manages to win 2 games against Long Beach, 2 games against Danbury, and 2 games against the first place Northeast Generals. They will jump over New Jersey for the 3rd seed. And then New Jersey would have to travel on up to Attleboro for round 1 of the Fraser Cup playoffs. And then, of course, there's that edge case. If New Jersey loses this game in overtime and New Hampshire wins all 6, you have to go to the 4th tiebreaker head-to-head goal differential between New Jersey and New Hampshire. As in on a breakaway is Farmer. A shot, he scores! Glenn Farmer out of nowhere gives the seek. And now this starting to look like yesterday's game. New Jersey without a shot on goal, and now New Jersey's first power play was shortened when Elijah White found himself in the box. Let's see if everybody can stay behaved as White played down low. Now Gershner. New Jersey trailing by 1 with a great opportunity to tie. Elijah White had the puck hop over his stick. New Jersey resets. Here's Gershner. Down low for Hines. Into the slot off the stick of Phobes. Looking to pick it up is Dutcher. He goes behind the net. Can't connect with Hayden. So now Gershner going across the top of the umbrella. Zach Gershner, the defenseman, tries swinging it back for Phobes, but that goes out of the zone. 35 seconds gone by on the power play. New Jersey looking to break out as Elijah White gave back for Zach Gershner. Onto the tape of Peyton Phobes. Phobes across the Norwich blue line into the Sea Captain zone. He runs into a pair of defenders. Hayden goes hard around the boards. Nice keep by White, and now New Jersey can set up. Here's Gershner down low for Hines. Across for White. White, a shot stopped by Alfano. No rebound to be had. Face-off will be to Peter Alfano's left with an even. Fanfa and Fliss up front on this. 37 to go on the power play. Here comes Will Fliss motoring through center. Spun on back. Now down behind the net. Coming out from the wall is Fliss. Tries dropping it off for DeBueris. Getting in the way of all that is Carson Dutcher. Cleared up to the blue line and over the stick of Suvorov. Back on out. 15 seconds to go before Norwich gets not 1 but 2 out of the penalty box. Cooper Wilson. Time for one last rush. Wilson tries splitting the D. Knocked away by Janik. Cleared up but out of the zone. 2 seconds and 1. And the Norwich Sea Captains have killed off a 5-on-3 penalty. New Jersey with only 2 shots on goal on that 5-on-3 advantage. Hayden gave along Harrison Ranger. Ranger knocked down by Trabb, but not before getting the puck into the New Jersey zone. Gershner up ahead for Fliss. Will Fliss across the line, ran into a teammate in Jacob Gray. That's a turnover as Ranger gives near side Ryan Janik. Janik from the red line will chip it down deep. Tim Hayden on the forecheck, beaten to the puck by Elijah White. Mazzola turning the puck over. Now here's Brian Essing. Essing driving down low. Picks up Hayden, who is en route to the bench. Now see them hold a 2-goal lead. So New Jersey looking for a response. Suvorov, a one-time shot, kicked aside by Alfano. Here's Dante DeBueris from the blue line. A shot gloved by Alfano. Rebound pops on out. Trying to force it towards the front of the cage was Hines. Suvorov down deep. Picks up Hines, who tries swinging one towards the front of the net. Chase Levian got in the way of that. Now Tim Hayden. Played up along for Dutcher. Carson Dutcher wiped out by DeBueris. Sent down by Mazzola. Interesting hop off the kick plate as Alfano simply leaves it aside. Hayden had it bounce off of his stick. Here's Peyton Phobes along for Wilson. A shot stopped by Alfano, and this time he'll hold on. Chase Levian on the draw for Norwich. Shot blocked by Gershner. Zach Gershner played along to the near side. Unable to come up with it was Trabb. Massengill at center gives along for Big Tim Hayden. Hayden, the 6'3" defenseman, posts up on the sidewall. Now sends it around behind the cage. Alexander the first one to it. Blake Alexander plays on back Hayden. Hayden thinking shot. Had Nick Trabb right in front of him. Now Hayden gets around Trabb into the slot. A shot stopped by Patterson, and he holds on. Lance Spencer will get his stick back from the other zone. Those things are expensive. You don't want them to go missing. Off the draw, one back by Essing. Adams sends down low. This goes all the way to the far side wall. Olshan wanted to give back for Hayden at the point. Instead, Hines bounces one off the glass, and Zane Mazzola able to stake into it. Mazzola turns in front of the Zamboni door, sends one across the slot, but it hops over the stick of Phobes. Another centering feed off the stick of Mazzola and wide. Adams off the window, sends on out towards center. 3-on-3 as Hines able to knock it away from Essing. Flipped on back for Phobes. Phobes soccers one into the Norwich zone, but too far for him to regain possession. So now Nikita Suvorov. DeBueris. Hayden able to get in the way of that. Here's Hayden once more. Bounces off of a check thrown by DeBueris. Mazzola able to clear on out, and now here comes George Hines, one-on-one into the zone. Hines, his centering feed for Phobes, dies on down between the hash marks. Still, it's in a dangerous area before it's slid on out by Balcom. Big hit thrown as Sam Adams gets set down to the ice by Dante DeBueris. Adams down on one knee, now able to recover and get back on his skates. This game's had just a little bit of everything. The only thing we're missing is a little pugilism. Meanwhile, Cooper Wilson tripped up on the play. No call coming as the Sea Captains are able to clear. Lamprick has to deal with Farmer. Farmer gets ball. Face off 1 and 2, the corner by Makarenko, but Wilson able to steal it back. A shot by Suvorov gets blocked on out towards center. Glenn Farmer this time unable to use his speed. Thrown across far side where Hayden will come into it. Tim Hayden across the slot off the stick of Makarenko. Mentioned yesterday how Tim Hayden represented the Norwich Sea Captains out at the UPMC Mario Lemieux complex outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last year for the NA3HL Top Prospects Tournament. The NA3HL Top Prospects Tournament this year taking place during the Fraser Cup Championships out in St. Peters, Missouri later on in March. Basically, the way Top Prospects works this year for the NA3HL is for the 6 teams, or rather for the 2 teams who are playing for the Fraser Cup Championship, they will not have any representatives at the Top Prospects Tournament. Everyone Carolina native, as Farmer has speed to burn, and he's used it twice already. Here is Suvorov. Off the stick of Cameron out towards center. Hayden sends back the other way. Now Levian with Massengill driving towards the net. Can't get it across. Sam Adams kept it alive at the blue line, but New Jersey still able to clear. Good to see Adams back on the ice after he was shaken up a few minutes ago. Hayden knocked down by Thoman. Play continues As kicking it up is Dutcher. He'll send down low where it's controlled by Tyler Herrick. Herrick from a bad angle, and that went off the shoulder of Patterson. Shot from the point goes wide. Thrown down into delayed offsides against the Sea Captains, but rather than touching up, Ryan Janik just gets off the ice. So now far side Fanfa lost the puck in the snowbank in front of the Sea Captains bench, and then the puck ends up in the Norwich player bench. One draw against Brian Essing. Essing 6'2", Fanfa 5'5". Essing able to win the faceoff. Hayden bounces one in on goal, fought off by Patterson. Sent around to the near side where Cooper Wilson can't give it along for Fanfa. Here's Alexander, a snapshot, and getting a piece of it was Patterson. Up the wall, Bormez able to keep it alive. Not for long as Cooper Wilson flips it on out. Hayden, the last man back, sent it back as far as the New Jersey blue line. D to D they go as Zach Gershner. Off the stick of Jung, down into the Norwich end. Alfano sends it around near side for Olshan. Quentin Olshan, knifed down by Bormez, quickly stolen back by Wilson. 25 to go in the period. Gershner unable to clear. Wilson picks up the loose puck, gives back for Gershner, and now on to the stick of Jacob Gray. Gray tries to dipsy-doodle his way around Hayden. Gershner following up, takes the shot. Now White, a swan-timer, he scores! Elijah White, his second of the period. 10 seconds to go. 1 and 3. The lower seed, in this case New Jersey, as a shot by Bain is gloved by Patterson. New Jersey has the right to host game 2 unless there is a mutual bus trips. Is it more expensive to take one bus trip and add in a night's worth of hotels if you need them? Now, I'm no accountant, so I don't know the answer to that, but again, I would not be surprised if game 1 was here in New Jersey and then games 2 and 3, if necessary, up in Norwich. Meanwhile, including Johnny McMahon and Ryan Friedman. So off the draw, here's Wesley Jung. Cooper Wilson, about 4 feet off sides. We'll see this puck get drawn. Cam Fanfa, he's also a New Yorker. He's from Brunswick. Face off one into the Norwich zone by Fanfa, but Tim Hayden right there to pick it up. Hayden, decidedly not from New York. Gets the puck out as far as the blue line, turned over, and now here's Fanfa spinning with it. Along for Wilson in front, stopped by Alfano. Oh, Cooper Wilson. Right place, right time, but Peter Alfano just a little faster with the glove. Now Glenn Farmer throws it along for Makarenko, who's at the end of his shift. Poke away by Fanfa, but Hayden there to pick it up. Tim Hayden, near side for Bain. Puck forced out of the zone. Elijah White goes D to D across for Gershner. That slides all the way down. Will this be icing? Yes, as Hayden is back to touch up. So 2-0 in the draw. He's joined up front by Connor Gilkison and Blake Alexander. Levian on the draw. A 50-50 draw sees the puck trapped in the linesman's skates. Eventually the Sea Captains are able to get it out of the zone. Sent near side for Harrison Ranger. Ranger in the corner, stops, gives it back for Hayden, a shot in and out of the glove of Patterson. Dutcher the first one to it. He'll swing along for Ranger, but too far. So instead, Elijah White for New Jersey. Got it as far as the blue line. Gershner diving on out, gives along for Nick Trabb. Trabb from the neutral zone, bounces one in on goal, sent into the corner. Finn Thoman right there, run over by Hayden. Giving on back to the point. Gershner, a shot, didn't have everything on it and didn't get it on goal. Ranger looking to clear. Sent on out right into the midsection of Elijah White. White then nearly turns the puck over. Trabb gets it as far as the Norwich blue line as neither team can maintain possession of the puck right now. DeBueris off the stick of Fanfa down deep. No icing on this play. Tim Hayden the first one to it. He's crunched against the wall by Fanfa, but not before giving it along for Glenn Farmer. Farmer drops on back for Sam Adams as everyone resets. 4:40 to go in regulation. We're tied at 4. Here's Adams up ahead. Defensed away off the stick of Jung, but New Jersey unable to take advantage. His ball comes shot. Well, Gilkinson got the worst of it. Here's Fliss giving along for Elijah White. White will gain the red line. He'll throw one cross ice. Quickly it bounces on out. Offsides called against New Jersey. 12:54 to go in the third. Norwich with the 9-shot advantage. They've gotten underway out in Afton, Missouri. The Wisconsin Woodsmen, a 2-0 lead over the St. Louis Junior Blues in the second period, as this shot is held onto by Alfano. Face-off will be, again, inside the division. 3-on-3 across the line, gave along for Carson Dutcher. Now Massengill, a shot, he scores! Eric Massengill. The butterfly to get a glove or really any part of his body in the way of that. So the Sea Captains and their wind sprints now see them up by a goal as we get close to the halfway point of this period. Tim Hayden across the red line and into the New Jersey zone, given along. A shot gets sent wide as Carson Dutcher unable to hit the 4x6. Bormes has to pick it up at center. Bormes sends one down deep. Jason Cameron gets to the puck first. Cameron, with only red jerseys in front of him, sees this go sent out of the zone, and then we have a whistle as I believe that went off of somebody. It'll be George Hines and Sava Makarenko on the draw. A 50-50 draw goes New Jersey's way as Suvorov sends around to the near side. Peyton Phobes able to pick it on up. Phobes from behind his own net swings it on back for Dante DeBueris. DeBueris then sends it around that far side wall where he picks up Zane Mazzola. Mazzola's pass can't connect with DeBueris. Getting a stick on it was Balcom. Instead, Haynes. Glenn Farmer stops, looks for an option. Didn't see anything he liked. Rimmed around to the near side where Hayden picks it up. Hayden gave along Makarenko. Makarenko in front, and it's underneath Patterson. He'll hold on. Face off to Aiden Patterson's right with 10. Before the North American Hockey League teams take to the surface for their game at 7 o'clock tonight. That can be seen right here on NAHL TV as Hayden's shot goes right into the breadbasket of Aiden Patterson, the third. Makarenko and Gray on the draw. Off the draw, White. Knocked down by Balcom. Elijah White. Delayed call coming up. It's going to go against the Sea Captains. White plays up along for Trav. Trav was bumped by Hayden. Jamison Bain there to touch it up. And with 10 minutes to go in the third, Panfa will settle in for a draw against Carson Dutcher. It all the way down. 40 seconds gone by on the power play. New Jersey struggling to get back into the Sea Captain zone. That goes off of a Sea Captain stick, so no icing on the play. Tim Hayden the first one to it. He'll wrap it around the near side wall where Elijah White keeps it alive in the zone. Now Cooper Wilson throws it back down low for Will Fliss. Fliss met by Hayden behind the net. Those two continue to battle. Wilson then decides to join into the fracas himself. It pops out into the near side corner. White pinches in from the point. White then goes behind the net for Wilson. All the way back up for Fanfa. Fanfa, a long-range shot. Goes high. White for Fliss. Now Elijah White again. Suvorov. His shot gets blocked. Essen getting in the way of that. Fanfa's centering feed intercepted by Hayden and cleared on out. First, Rangers south of the goal line, stops and turns looking for an option. We're back to even strength hockey with under 8 minutes to play in the third period. Picking it up is Chase Levian. Levian gives himself a lane. A shot stopped by Patterson. Well, New Jersey's defense just standing and watching, giving Chase Levian a fantastic scoring opportunity. Now a sharp angle attempt held onto by Patterson. Face off will be to Aiden Patterson's right with 7. Connor Gilkison on the draw against Will Fliss. Picking up the puck and giving it back to the point was Goodman. Hayden, nice job to get around a pair of New Jersey forwards. Mitchell Goodman sent the puck down low. Eventually Fliss sends around near side for Spencer, who's able to clear. Norwich quickly regains possession as Bain sent one up ahead. Big hit thrown as everybody comes together on the offsides dot. Connor Gilkinson on the receiving end of that. Cameron plays on back Gershner, and now Fliss. His pass off the skate of Spencer. Coy Kendall able to give it on back for Spencer. Tim Hayden at the half wall. Coming up ice with under 7 to play. Hayden sends the puck down deep. Shot. Stopped by Patterson. The rebound from Herrick. Stopped by Patterson. That rebound, another save by Hayden Patterson. 3 in a row. Here's Tyler Herrick. Sharp angle attempt into the glove of Patterson. Face-off will be to Patterson's right. 5:20. Clean face-off win by Makarenko. Hayden sends down low. Makarenko tries coming out the short side. Now Balkum goes on back. Janik. Makarenko. His shot goes wide. Picked up by Jung. Hayden throws it back the other way. Picked up by Balkum. A shot fought off by Patterson. Here's Jason Cameron. A shot stopped by Patterson. It's loose in front of him. Patterson has a glove on it. Face-off will be to Patterson's left as Wesley Jung. Hayden from the point, deflected on, stopped by Patterson. Balkum with it again. His shot ramps up off the stick of Will Fliss and out of play. 4.5 to go. Face-off again. George Hines. Meet once more in the face-off circle. Off the draw. Hines with the face-off win, but New Jersey unable to come up with possession. Instead, it's Blake Alexander flipping it along further for Essing. 4:20 to go. Essing sends back down low. Here's Alexander. Wrapped up by Elijah White. Those two continue to battle. Olshan had it knocked away from him. White comes up with possession. His pass, a dangerous one through the slot. Brian Essing nearly able to come up with it. Instead, Peyton Phobes wraps one down deep. New Jersey touches up and sees the puck promptly sent out of the zone with under 4 to play. Cameron. Mazzola off of his stick. Alexander will just send it down deep. Here's White, the extra attacker. Will Fliss on the draw for the Titans. He wins it. Sent around far side, Lance Spencer. Spencer, we have a whistle. Well, what's the whistle for? On the clock, and well, apparently the last 5 seconds just didn't happen. So Will Fliss and Chase Levine on the draw again. This time, Fliss able to come up with possession. A sharp angle attempt off the shoulder of Alfano. Sent into the corner. Under 2.5 to go. Patterson remains in goal to our left. He'll retreat back to the blue paint as Zach Gershner sends one off the stick of Lance Spencer. Sent on down. Hayden the first one to it. He's canceled out by Coy Kendall. Bormes gave on back for Hayden. Now Tyler Herrick. 2:10 to go. He'll flip it out of the zone. Patterson already into the New Jersey zone. Not enough for icing as Elijah White quickly gets it on out. Sent right back to him by Hines in the final minute of regulation of the season. George Hines into the zone. Patterson racing to the bench for the extra attacker as it's turned over. Massengill hits the post. Eric Massengill looking for his first hat trick as a C captain, and he's stymied by the iron. Extra attacker on for the Titans with 38 to go. Fanfa into the zone. Chips it down deep. Massengill, the first one there. Gets bumped by Wilson. 30 seconds to go. Massengill just keeping the puck pinned up against the wall. Wilson able to free things up. Can't connect with the Titan as Hayden sends it off the glass and out of the zone. Cam Fanfa from center sends it right into the shin pads of Essing. It's all on a delayed offsides. Here's Massengill, 13 seconds left, wrapped around to the near side wall, gets as far as the red line where Fanfa bangs it right back into the zone. 6 seconds to go. The Sea Captain's clear, and Norwich will take both games.